Hey friend, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do this makeup look. So if you want to see how to get these results, let's hop into the video. All right friends, so we're going to start this look by doing eyebrows. I like to do my brows first. I know that some people do their brows last, and I've tried to do that multiple times, but I always go back to doing my brows first. So I'm going to be using this Milani Precision Brow Pencil. It's in the color 160 Ebony. And I just used that spoolie to brush up the hairs. And then we're going to be using some brushes, which I'm really excited about, by BK Beauty. I have a whole kit. This is their Pro Artist Kit. And we're going to try these brushes out today. So I'm super excited to use these. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm going to be using the BK Beauty N11 brush. This is their angled brush to add concealer under my eyes. And I use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer to highlight underneath. And this is in the color, I don't even know why I'm looking at it like that. I know this. This is in the color Tan Neutral. I use this one and the Deep Cinnamon one all the time. So I'm just going to dab the concealer on the brush and carve out my brows. Oh yeah, this sharp point makes it really easy to make that line. And I'm just going to do that to the other side. I also like to carve the top of my brow. And after I've carved them out, I like to just pull down on that concealer to blend it into my skin. Then I use my finger and I just kind of rub it in like this. That's why I like doing my brows first, because I can touch my face. I can smooth things out without worrying about messing up all of my other makeup. And I do the same for the top. And just smooth it out on both sides. I like that brush. Friend, I burnt my head with a curling iron. I did it so fast. You know how I was like, oh man, it's kind of burning. And yeah, I put castor oil and cocoa butter on it, so. All right, now I'm going to take this Milani Precision Brow Pencil, and it's the color 160 Ebony, and I'm just going to fill in my brows. This is a 2-product brow tutorial. Then I'm going to do the other brow, just lightly filling in any of the sparse areas and giving it a little bit of color. I love this color pencil. I feel like it's perfect for brow hair color. Then I like to take the spoolie part and just comb up that pencil into the brow hairs so that it makes it look even more realistic. And all right, brows are done. So I'm going to use this Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. This one right here. This is in the color 170 Warm Almond. And I'm just going to go ahead and conceal my eyelids. I love doing this part first, just a part of doing the eyes first, and then I can get into the base. But this really opens up my eyes, makes me look awake, and I really like this concealer. It's one of the newer ones that I've put in my collection, but I like the color and I like the consistency of it. Okay, so I'm going to use this BK N16 brush. This is the concealer brush to just blend that under my brow. And I'm going to use all brushes today. Normally, I like to use like a beauty blender and a little powder puff, but we're gonna do all brushes, so that's exciting. I really do like using brushes, especially when I just have time to sit down and do my makeup and just relax. I feel like it is the most amazing feeling when you have time and you can just do your makeup, use brushes, do all of the detail. I love that. Now for like days that you're in a hurry, the beauty blender and the puff are definitely in rotation. So we'll come back to the eyes, but I'm going to go into the NYX Plump Right Back primer that I've been using. This one right here. I've been enjoying using this actually. It's very glowy and moisturizing, and it does the job. So we're just going to put that all over for my primer. It also has a sticky, tacky feel to it. I also love the glow that you get when you put the foundation on top, it leaves a pretty glow underneath. So I love that. I'm going to let this dry down just for a little bit. All right, and now we're going to go into foundation. We're going to be using the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Foundation. I did a whole video on this. Check it out if you haven't seen it. That was a fun video. And today I'm just going to show you how the skin tint looks. And I was like, this is the perfect video just to show the difference and with it by itself. And I really like it. And I'm using the color 13. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that all over. I love the way this comes out. It is so easy to use. It's not messy at all. And we're going to use this BK Beauty brush. This is the 109 to go ahead and blend out this foundation. This is going to be a Valentine's Day look, but it can also be an everyday look. I'm so excited for Valentine's Day because it's always a day where everybody feels loved in my house. My husband always gets my kids something for Valentine's Day. I think it's so cute. And we make cupcakes. My mom is so sweet. She always watches the kids so that me and my husband can go out. And I prefer going out at night, like date night on Valentine's Day. Mom, if you're watching this, will you watch them at night? Okay, and do you see how glowy my skin is right now? This is such a good foundation if you want to look very skin-like, glow, and it's like a moisturizer. I talked about that in the last video, but it is really a beautiful foundation. It really is. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to conceal my under eyes and all the other areas I want to be highlighted with this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Deep Cinnamon. This is my all-time favorite concealer. It never lets me down. Never. So I just apply it under my eyes, and I've started to like do it this way so that I'm kind of contouring my nose in a way. So I put it like a straight line down over my nostrils and carry it under like this. I've played around with so many placements of concealer, and I continue to do that. I'm a person that's ever changing, even with my makeup application. I'm always like trying new ways, always trying to improve, and always trying to figure out what looks best on my facial structure, because everyone's different and things aren't going to look the same. So you kind of have to experiment with your face. While I have that on, I'm going to use the Sephora Best Skin Ever. I'm using 31Y. I love this as a brightening concealer, and I just want a little bit of brightness. So I'm going to put it like right here in the middle, just under my eyes, not anywhere else, because this really is a bright concealer. So BK Beauty sent me the Pro Artist Kit and this kit right here. So I was experimenting with these yesterday so I could get a proper feel for them to explain how they are. This brush right here, this is the A506. I thought I had a good concealer brush until I started using this one. I was like, wow. The angle on this brush is everything. It really allows you to pat the product in. It doesn't take it off, and it gives you such precision. Like I feel like I have control with where I'm placing the concealer, and that is everything when you're doing makeup. So love that. And we're just going to go ahead and blend out this concealer. I don't always let my concealer sit forever. I just go ahead and go in and I pull it up. So let's go ahead and just blend this out. So this is definitely my favorite brush. I haven't tried all of them out yet, but this one just stood out. It does the work. It's so good. And I'm just kind of blending that up over into my lid to get rid of any of that harshness. Now I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer, and I'm going to use the NARS Laguna 04, this one right here. And we're just going to warm up some areas. And I'm using the BK Beauty 109 brush. It's like an angled brush that allows you to just really get in there. I love that I have these brushes now, and I can tell you all that they work really exceptionally well. Really good for detail. So I'm just warming up, and I kind of like, I don't really contour. I use my bronzer as contour and bronzer. So I'm like adding definition to my cheekbones, but I'm also bronzing as well. And then we're going to go ahead and set our concealer. And I like to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This one right here. This is in the color 25. I love this powder. I love the color of it. So which one are we going to use? Let's use this one. This one is the BK N14 brush. And I'm just going to dip it inside, and we're just going to lightly dust that underneath. And now for the other side, I'm also going to make sure I'm bringing that over my nose. And I'm actually going to put a little bit over my lids to set those. A little bit on my forehead using a light hand. And then we're going to go into my favorite bronzer, the Juvia's Place Bronze Deep Dark palette. And I'm going to use the top shade here. And we're going to go ahead and bronze our cheeks. And really just powder over that cream bronzer. And I'm going to use the BK Beauty 111 brush, this one right here. And we're just going to go ahead and bronze the areas that we put our cream bronzer. Then I'm going to use the BK 212 brush right here. And I'm going to, it's like an eyeshadow brush, put a little bit of that bronzer over my eyes. I like to do this for a little bit of color. I love the dimension it just gives your eyes. It just gives it something without doing a lot. Okay, then I'm going to change my brush out for this BK Beauty 209. And I'm going to go ahead and slightly contour my nose. This brush is super precise. I like to put it up and underneath my eyebrow. I don't connect it, but I like to put it along the sides of my nose and underneath my brow. Not too much. Then I like to take a little bit more and put a little rounded area here, right over the tip of my nose, like so. And it makes it have that little button look that I like. And I meant to do this earlier, but we're going to go ahead and do our wing because I have been loving the wing. And I've also been loving wearing liner over top of my eye. I stopped for a while and we're back. So this takes concentration. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my winged liner. I need to get some more of this because I'm scraping the bottom. And this is the e.l.f. Expert Liquid Liner. I love it. I've gone through so many tubes of these. It's just so easy to do a wing and it gives you that jet black, dries down matte, just very easy to use, and I love that. Another thing that I've loved doing here lately is putting brown underneath my eyes. So we're going to use the Morphe Trendsetter lip liner. Yes, lip liner. I just make it work. So I'm going to use that and I'm just going to line underneath my eyes. Then we're going to go in with the Superfan Smashbox Mascara. And we're just going to apply that to our lashes. I've been enjoying this mascara a lot because it really just does everything. The color is good. The volume it gives is great. And it adds length to your lashes. So that's all you really want in a mascara. So I've been reaching for this quite a lot. I'm going to put a little bit on our bottom lashes. And friend, I really love mascara, so I could spend all day on this part. We're not going to do that, but I am going to apply more, that's for sure. All right, we're getting there. I'm loving how this is coming out. Also, pause. My shirt says loved because you are loved. No matter what, or no matter how you feel, or hopefully you do feel loved. My mom and daughter got this shirt for me for my birthday, and it says loved, John 3:16. And if you don't know what that is, that's a scripture in the Bible that says, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. And that's love right there. So Valentine's Day, feel happy, know that you are loved by the most important person you could ever be loved by, which is Jesus. You are a princess, you are a daughter of a king, and that is something to celebrate. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to brighten this under eye a little bit. And I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me 330 Toffee Caramel. This is the press powder, which I love using so much. I'm going to use the BK Beauty 113 brush to really just put it in there and pat this in. This is just going to brighten underneath. You see how it did just a little bit? I don't want too much of a bright eye. I'm not a super duper bright eye girl, but I do love for there to be a little bit of brightness. And this brush is perfect for this, actually. I'm also going to take a little bit of that and put a little bit underneath here. I don't like a lot, but just to lighten it just a little bit for a little bit of definition. I love this little tiny brush here. This is the 210 BK Beauty brush, and I'm going to use this along with my highlighter. It's really small, real precise, and just highlight my nose just on the tip there. and just a little bit on the top of the bridge of my nose. I'm also going to take it and put it in my waterline. Not my waterline. I'm going to put it in the corners of my eyes. And I love how that just like brightens up the inner eye. So, so pretty. I'm going to take this fan-like N17 brush, and I know I'm saying a lot of brushes, but I'm trying all these out. I want to see how they are. But I just want you to know what I'm using just in case you want to try them. But I'm patting that same in there, and I'm just going to add a little bit, it was almost too much, of highlighter. I love highlighter. I will always be somebody that loves highlighter. I mean, I love how it looks on my cheekbones. I like the highlighter, the bronzer, just the lifted effect. Oh, I love it. I feel like it just brings the makeup look to life. I just love it. I'm going to take just a little bit and put it over my forehead just for a little bit of glow up there too. All right, you all, now we're just going to set my face. I just did my hair and I do not want to mess up my edges. So we're going to throw this cap on right over the edges, because when I get setting spray on my edges, it's over. It starts to revert immediately. And I just don't want that to happen right now. It's too fresh. So I want to cover that up. So I'm going to take this MAC Fix Plus spray and go ahead and spray my face. I want to make sure all of my hair is out of the way, actually. Let's just make sure everything is tucked away. If you use setting spray over a fresh silk press, it's going to start to revert. Letting that dry and just marinate. I love how it just makes the makeup and all that powder just melt away. It's so good. So, so good. All right, let's take this back off. Got to preserve the edges. You have to preserve the edges. Now, I am going to go ahead and set my entire face, and I'm going to use the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, and this is in the color Toffee, and it's my exact skin color. And I'm going to use this beautiful brush right here. This is the N15 in the Pro Artist Kit, and it's a medium powder brush. And we're just going to add a little bit. The bristles on these brushes are really packed in, and that's what I love. It gives you so much control. It's not like you're just putting stuff everywhere. And when I put on face powder, I kind of just put it everywhere with a light hand over top of everything, just to make everything blend together, bring back any color. Yeah, I like this brush. All right, so we're almost finished. Moving into lips. I'm going to remove this lip oil that I had on. And the lip combo we're going to do is one of my favorites. I just love it. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Malt Lip Liner. And we're going to go ahead and just line our lips with this. Then we're going to use this L'Oreal 108. This is their Color Rich lipstick. Such a beautiful, pinkish, beautiful. I love the consistency of it. Lipstick is such a pretty color. It smells beautiful and sweet. It doesn't bother me at all. It's just, I love whenever I smell it. And then last but not least, we're going to go over top of it with this e.l.f. lip oil. And this is the color Pink Quartz. I've been loving putting on a gloss, and I'm just going to put it over where I put that lip liner. So I don't like mix it all up, because I like for both colors to show. Pat. And I feel like that's such a beautiful combo. So good. And then I'm going to go back into that e.l.f. Expert Liquid Liner, and I'm just going to create my moles. I've been having so much fun making faux freckles, putting moles. So I like to put one there. Oh no. Oh, that is like the worst thing to happen when you're doing your makeup. Oh, that could have been bad. I put one on my cheek, and then I like to put one over top of this mole. And you know what? This is a Valentine's Day look, so I want to be a little bit more dramatic. And I'm going to go in with my waterproof retractable gel liner. I'm going to keep that brown, but just on the outer side of my waterline, I'm just going to put just a little bit of that black. See what that did? It doesn't take much. Just put it on the outer corners, and it just does a little something, keeping that brown in the middle. And I'm also going to tightline underneath my eye just to close up any of those gaps. Darkens up the eye. I love that. Pulling out the hair to style it. Friend, if you do not know, I cut curtain bangs, and I really, really, really like them. I just love having hair to frame my face. I've been enjoying them so much. And yes, friend, this is the finished look. I love how it came out. I love it so much. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll have all of the products listed down below. Remember that you are loved. I love this shirt. You are loved by the Most High. We are not feeling sad on Valentine's Day because you are royalty, okay? And the Creator thought about you. He knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. He loved you enough to die for you, and he wants to spend eternity with you. So if you're not saved, just say, Lord, forgive me of all my sins. I accept you as my Lord and Savior. I believe you died and rose again for me, and I am saved. That's all you have to do to be a part of the kingdom. And that's why we are truly princesses, okay? So you be a princess this Valentine's Day. Do your makeup. I don't care if you're not going anywhere. Bask in the love that our Father has for us. Have fun if you are going out. Show your family and friends that you love them. It's just a day to tell people that you love them. I honestly love Valentine's Day. I know we show love every day, but I just love these special days just to really just throw it on everybody. Throw all the love. So I'm throwing you lots of love. Please hit like before you leave. Also, don't forget I did a makeup course if you need it for beginners. I'll have that link below. If you are not a subscriber, please join. We do makeup tutorials. We talk about Jesus. We talk about hair. We do all of the girly things, and we would love to have you here. And it's no coincidence that you landed on my channel here today. So just hit subscribe down there, that little black button, and stay, please. And as always, I love you. Jesus loves you, most importantly, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, friend.